Arden side. The Notre Dame defense harder the other way. And one. Darren Mabry. The offense for the Irish. West Bell looking for Dotson.
Yeah.
Oh, they got such a great connection going.
Welcome to the Niele Ivey Show. I'm Bob Nagle, and very fortunate to be alongside our head coach, our Kevin and Karen Keys head coach, Niele Ivey. And Niele, you got a smile on your face for a reason. Get this team playing very well and being significant in the conference, significant nationally, and well, we've come a long way.
Yes, I'm so proud of this group. We've had a tremendous couple weeks, couple months, and I mean, collectively the entire year. It's just been a joy to watch the growth of this group. So super grateful.
You know, that's a word that's become very common for you to use, is proud. I mean, when you, the things you do in the locker room, the things you do in the press conference, I mean, there's no question about the pride that the staff and you have for your players and how hard they're working.
Absolutely. You know, I'm fortunate to work with such an incredible group of young women. I always say proud because I do feel like they're my daughters, they're not just my players. And I've seen such improvement from every single one of them. And the energy is great, the culture is amazing, and it's just it's a joy.
Coach, one of the words that's become common for you is the word pride, and proud of your players and the way they're showing so much intestinal fortitude. We had a season in '97 where we went to a Final Four with 7 players and a manager. We won a national championship after 4 knee injuries. I don't want to say it's good luck to have injuries, but boy, our ladies are tested and they're answering well.
Absolutely. I feel like I have the playbook for that, being under Coach McGraw's leadership and being a part of a couple of those teams that have unfortunately suffered a lot of injuries and the numbers being low. So I'm proud of this group. They're very resilient. I have an incredible performance staff, and we are just trying to piece things together, and it makes you a lot closer when you have to go through so much adversity.
Well, it toughens you each and every game. You know, last year we had some of those challenges and came up a little short, and this year the same situation, we're able to handle it, and that's just a remarkable turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible to see what this group has done. Our returners, they came back so much stronger, and our new additions have been phenomenal this season. And again, we have a lot of resilience in this group. They want to win. It doesn't matter how many numbers that whoever's ready. If I only have 5, they're going to be ready. So that's a credit to this group.
I saw Michaela Mabry trying to get into a uniform the other day. You might want to get her in there. Hey, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to look at some of the individual games, some of the great accomplishments. So we're also going to get a chance to talk about our players individually when we come back. You're watching the Niele Ivey Show, brought to you by TireRack.com. We'll be back after a short break. And welcome back to the Niele Ivey Show, brought to you by TireRack.com. And we got a chance to visit with Coach and talk about so many things that have happened. You know, when you look at the progress that the team has made, some people might have downplayed winning in Chicago against a team like DePaul, but that's always a tough test. And Doug Bruno knows our program, and he's always got a good program there.
Yeah, that was a huge, huge victory for our team. We were playing extremely well. It was the last game before Christmas break. Went out with a bang, and playing at DePaul in the Wintrust Arena, I mean, that was a very, very hard place to play. And I was really, really proud of our effort. You know, I think they led the country in scoring at that point, and you know, to be able to beat a team, a tournament-tested team, and an incredible coach, that was huge.
Now, there wasn't any shopping involved well, anyway, it was right before Christmas. You got to do what you got to do. Also, when you look at the schedule, winning twice against Syracuse has been tremendous. You also have 2 wins over Pittsburgh, and these are teams that are looking at us as the big game, a chance to make their season, and we handled both those challenges.
Yeah, I was really proud of the group, you know, especially our first ACC win, to start off making a statement versus Syracuse back in November. And I mean, this is an incredible league. It's so hard to win, on the road. And so each contest against any ACC team to come out victorious is huge.
Well, and it's a tough schedule still ahead, but it has been recently a tough schedule. I got to talk about the game against North Carolina State, number 3 in the country, undefeated in conference play, and yet we came out. We not only played well, but we played with some confidence. Like you think you belong up there? Yeah, then you got to play like it.
Oh my gosh, that was the biggest victory for me, a top 5 team in my head coaching era. And like you said, just the confidence that our team exuded that game. They were ready, they believed, and it was our first time, have a huge matchup to come out, victorious, and also just to be at home to feed off the crowd. It was electric in the arena, and there's so many magical moments, so much contribution from so many different players. It was just such an exciting victory, and they had the opportunity to really celebrate and just really, we took our game to another level, another gear, and that was something that we've been working towards, and it was just an incredible way to win.
You had some good matchups, too, against Virginia Tech, where people had to step up and really take care of business. Their top player, Kitley, was held to 10 points below her season average, and we got out on her three-point shooters, did a lot of really good things. One of the things I remember about being at that game was when Charlotte comes out before the fourth quarter, and they turn the lights down, they get the glow sticks out again. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting next to a couple of parents whose daughter played for Virginia Tech, and they start swinging those lights, and the guy looked at his wife and goes, "You got to be kidding me." But our crowd has been terrific. They love the program and the team. It's been so good to have them back after last year.
Absolutely, it makes a big difference. I'm so grateful for the support. To see our fans to be in the arena with some of the best fans in the country. It makes a difference. It makes a difference for our women. It makes a difference in the game, the atmosphere, the energy. I always feel like they're the sixth man, and we lean on them, and they give us so much energy, and I'm just so grateful for their support.
And we're looking if any of them can rebound or maybe play a little defense. I mean, it's amazing how you're coaching, and I was watching you the other day, and you're looking at the bench for who I want to bring in. It's almost, remember 97, Muffy, you say, I can't make any mistakes because I don't have any choices. You got players that need a rest, that need a break. We're still not 100% even with the 7 players that are out there, but there have been some amazing stories this year. How about Maya Dotson, who comes in after being off for 2 years, basically? She comes in from Stanford trying to learn our system and everything, and then she just kind of blossomed and exploded. She's become a dominant player.
She really has, and I mean, she's made her mark. I feel like everybody needs to be thinking about or talking about Maya Dotson, what she did last week as far as the 2 best post players in the country in the ACC, shutting them down, keeping them below their average. The way that she played, her dominance on defense has just been phenomenal. I'm really pumping her to be Defensive Player of the Year because that's what she's proven day in and day out. But like you said, she hasn't played in 2 years. She adapted to the system. She's led us, just by her presence. And I'm just super proud of her. And I know it's been a hard journey. She's had to go through so many injuries, so many setbacks. And she spoke on that in one of our press conferences, how emotional she was of just being able to play this game and how grateful she is. And I'm just proud of her journey.
Well, she's done so many great things. She's been in double-double a few times, and she had 4 assists in our last game. She's also blocking shots, and the crowd just loves that, don't they?
Oh, just love it. I mean, it just energizes us, and it's just to see her effort defensively, and that's her bread and butter. She is just a phenomenal defender. She loves to defend, and as a coach, you just love having somebody that brings that energy every day defensively.
Got to talk about Olivia Miles for about an hour. She's just been phenomenal. Scoring the basketball, shooting percentages are good. She gets to the line. She's giving assists. She's rebounding. She's had double-doubles and triple-double. And this girl is just amazing. And you still look at her, and she's a freshman. She played a little bit last year, but still so much room to develop, and she's so eager to do that.
Oh my gosh, she's just, like you said, we can talk for the entire rest of the show about Olivia. She is just phenomenal. She's so incredible, so dynamic. And what she's doing as a freshman is unheard of. She led the country in assists. I'm not sure if she's either 1 or 2 at this point, but she's leading us in scoring. She leads us in assists, and she's just our engine. She gets us going, and she's just scratching the surface. I think every game she has blossomed more and more, and she's just a high-level player. And I'm just so grateful that she's running our team. And I just love. I'm super proud of her as well. It's not easy to be a point guard, and it's definitely not easy to be a freshman point guard. And she's taken that on with stride.
Well, she's making some great plays on defense as well and turning those into offensive opportunities. All of a sudden you're watching and we're going the other way, and those are great things. And, of course, when we're going that way, you're going, come on. You got to keep that upbeat tempo, and she's really fantastic with that.
Oh, absolutely. I talk about pace a lot. You know, I talked about pace last year as a system that I wanted to bring in, and she's been the perfect person to really push pace. She's great in transition. I think the open floor is her playground, and I just love her confidence. I love her swag. I've given her a lot of freedom, and I just sit back and just enjoy watching.
Well, and sometimes there's a pass that goes out of bounds. It would have been a great pass had it worked, but you live with that because she does so many things well, and she's, as I said, she's become a big crowd favorite, and they really love her action. You know, she has a teammate now in Sonia Citron, but it's not the first time they've been teammates. They played together with the Philadelphia Bells, right?
Yes, and they're best friends off the court. They are in sync. They know how to play together. They know each other very well, their tendencies, and just to see that dynamic duo in action, both of them being freshmen, our future is really bright.
Well, she's 6'1". Sonia Citron is 6'1", playing guard. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, you know, she's sneaking in the back door, getting that rebound and getting us going, which is great. And she's had some double-doubles, and she shoots the ball so well. And she's just really come in and taken over that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so pleased with her play. She's super confident as well. She does so many things well. I call her my Swiss Army knife because she has so many tools and she can do so many things well. Such great versatility, and she's so unselfish. I think that's what I love about Sonia the most is she doesn't have to take the big shot, but she's going to do whatever she can to help us win. If that's a deflection, offensive rebound, a steal, she's going to do whatever for the sake of the team.
Yeah, terrific basketball player, and just starting to come into her own and mature and get better. I want to talk about Dara Mabry. She's led us in scoring on 4 or 5 occasions this year. And you talk about somebody that's always confident with her shot. Even when the shot doesn't go in, it looks really good. But that girl can shoot the basketball. Yes,
I always feel like when she takes a shot, I'm shocked when it doesn't go in. She's worked on her game. She's of the Mabry family tree. You know, she's just a specialist from the three-point line. She's been playing really well. Had a great stretch. She was Naismith Player of the Week, ACC Player of the Week. So super proud of her and what she's done as our leader for our team.
She does a great job handling the ball too. It's, people look at our offense, and when she's handling the ball, it almost gives Olivia a chance to play the 2, mm-hmm. and allows her to get some freedom and some movement to get some open shots. So they work well together.
They do, and Dara had an experience last year running the point, so she has that, and that's helped her. I feel like this year to be more confident in that regards, because it's definitely hard trying to maneuver offenses. But I love putting Olivia at the 2 and just allowing her, like you said, have a little bit more freedom in offense.
I talk about Maddie Westbell getting a little bit better. She had a lower leg injury, which she's working through. Lee Corso used to say anybody can play when they're healthy, but it's really tough, especially when you're needing 30 minutes, 32 minutes out of certain players because we only have those numbers. But she made a 3-pointer in our last game, and she seems to be playing with a little more confidence as she gets healthier.
Yeah, I mean, I just love Maddie. She is so strong. She plays so hard. She's always in the gym. Again, she's another unselfish player, and she can post up smaller guards. She can take bigger posts off the dribble. She's such a hard matchup, and I just love that she's starting to blossom. Like you said, she's made big shots for us last night. Her confidence is shining, and she's starting to play really well. And what the credit to her is she's got so much talent around her. Last year, she had to carry us last year, and I just love that we have so much balance, and just love what she can do for us.
Well, it's good to have somebody that size that can hit a 3-pointer. I'll talk about Sam Burnell, too. Sam's been shooting the ball really well. And again, she's going about 16, 17 minutes a game because she's not 100%. Mm-hmm. And I know when she went down the other day, she's had a little bit of a back issue, and she went down on the floor, and you're like, mm-hmm. Oh, no. But she came back and played really well in the second half.
Yeah, Sam has been phenomenal for us this year. She's such an energy. She gives us so much energy off the bench. She's such an offensive spark. She plays with passion. She just changes the game with her energy when she comes in, and she's so happy and confident, and we feed off of her energy when she comes in. She really shifts the energy in a positive way, and just what she's gone through, so many injuries last year and the last couple of years, for her to come in healthy this year, she has been a fantastic contribution for our team. And then also, like you said, like she's coming back from a really tough week last week, and I just expect a lot of things from her.
She's a hard-working kid. Got to mention Anea Peoples. Anea was starting early in the season, and then Sonia goes into the starting lineup, doesn't hang her head, doesn't get an attitude. And now the last couple of weeks, she's been playing really well.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I have so many starters on our team, to be honest. And it's not about starting. It's knowing your value. And I talked to her about that. And she's a culture kid. She's going to do whatever it takes for us to win. And she does so much for us. I felt like she gave us so much energy defensively. She made some big plays down the stretch versus NC State. She does so many things. Rebounds, steals, she gets out in transition. And I feel like she's really starting to play her game, and I'm just happy for what she's doing for us.
We're going to have a segment coming up with Sam Brunell where she talks to some of our support staff. Is there consideration again for MVP for Ann Marquez? Oh my goodness.
Yes, she definitely needs to be the MVP. I feel like she's one of the best in the country, and she is holding us together. She does so many things off the court. She is just phenomenal, and I'm just blessed that she's part of our team.
And one of the things you notice about her, she's being very careful with all the players because of the COVID issue. I mean, you're taking that on in addition to everything else you're doing, the whole staff, coaching staff. Everybody's watching out, got to be as careful as you can be, and it's a big load. But again, Ann's doing a great job.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone's trying to navigate through this pandemic, and we learned a lot last year, what works, what doesn't. We have a great communication system in place, and, it's just a credit to such an incredible performance team, and Ann is the leader of that.
We got to mention that obviously Nat is going to be out. She had knee surgery, Nat Marshall. She had showed some moments where she was going to be able to help us and will in the future, but for her to get that thing fixed, ready to go, get in the weight room, she's going to be a big factor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, down the road in the future for her, she's definitely part of the plan. And I think she just showed you guys, our fans, glimpses of what she's going to be able to do for us. Unfortunately, suffered another knee injury. She will be back. And I've gone through a lot of injuries. Sometimes staying out and being out and watching, you learn a lot from being on the sidelines. So I know that she's going to learn sitting on the side, and it's going to give her even more motivation to get back.
Or maybe the head coach can give her some advice on how to get through a knee injury.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah, you only had 2 of those while you're here. And coming up later, we're going to have our feature with Sam Brunell, so that'll be a lot of fun. She's going to talk to a couple of our support staff here today. And then we'll be back to talk to Coach Ivey about what's ahead for the Irish and all the dreams at the beginning of the season that are still very much alive. You're watching the Niele Ivey Show, brought to you by TireRack.com.
Hi guys, I'm back. It's Dara here, and today we are going to be making one of my HelloFresh meals I just ordered in the mail, and we are going to be making caramelized onion Swiss burgers. So here's all my ingredients. I have potato wedges for my side, an onion, some butter, ground beef, mayonnaise to go on the bun, some seasoning, some Swiss cheese, and some buns. The first steps are to preheat the oven and prep all the food. Now I'm all prepped, and I'm gonna go ahead and roast the potatoes. I seasoned these with olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. These are going in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Next, we're gonna caramelize our onion on medium heat until they're golden brown. Our mayonnaise aioli that's going to go on our bun is gonna consist of mayonnaise, garlic powder, and wasabi, but I'm only gonna use a little bit. While the onions are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on making the burger. Don't forget to toast your bun. You can layer your bun in any order that you want. I don't like too much onion because the flavor is really powerful. And over here you can see the potatoes are cooked perfectly. They're crispy on the outside and soft in the middle. Here is my final look. I can't wait to try it. I really encourage you guys to try this recipe. Thanks for tuning in, and go Irish.
Hey everybody, it's Sam Brunell, and we are back with another episode of Full Court Press. Today, this is going to be part 1 of Support Staff Day, and I'm here with Angie, who is our Director of Basketball Operations here. She helps make things go so smoothly, from travel to food to making sure our jerseys are good, all the little things that you probably don't think about, she helps and makes sure it runs smoothly. So, first off, Angie, what is the best part about your job?
Well, I think I'm fortunate to be at Notre Dame and be with women's basketball because it's a special place and our program is very special. So the part for me, which and I know Charlotte, who will be part 2 of your, we just really want what's best for the kids and the coaches, and we call you the kids because we think of you as our kids. But just taking care of you guys and make sure you have everything you need to be successful and our coaches have everything they need to be successful.
That's awesome. And how many years have you been a part of Notre Dame?
I've been here a long time. So I was here, and I don't know, Josh, you can, 2005 maybe, it was my first year, and I was a coach, then changed to video, and then I left for 5 years in 2014, and then came back for, in 2019, I think, and then so this is my 3rd year back in my second year with Coach Ivey.
So lucky to have you, Angie, honestly. And what has been your favorite memory across the board since you've been here?
Well, I think for myself, obviously the victories are great on the court, and I have so many memories, and there's so many games that are my favorite, and I can't tell you which one is my favorite because all the girls will be mad that it's not their game that's their favorite. But I think just watching the team and the girls individually just be successful, whether it's, we have graduating players come back with their kids and now they're moms. We have, players that are graduating and they have like grown-up jobs and like realize it's fun just for us. I think the satisfaction we get is just watching you guys grow and be successful. And that's like probably the biggest, I guess, little pride mark that we take as the operation side.
Love you, Angie. And then something the fans probably don't know, what are some hobbies or things that you like to do outside of being a director of basketball operations?
I love being crafty, and I love being hands-on with things. So I've kind of redid my backyard and put in my own seating area last year, worked on my garden. So very hands-on at home and trying to add some different skills to my skill set using a drill. This is the first winter I used a snowblower. So just kind of all kinds of fun stuff just to keep challenging. I don't like to sit still, so when I'm home, I'm always fidgeting and doing something. So just now I'm just waiting for the snow to go so I can work in my garden and in the yard.
That is awesome. And finally, what does a day in a life look like to do your job?
A lot of times I feel like I need a fire extinguisher because we're putting out fires all day. But with COVID has added a lot of complications, and us being up here in the north and travel has added some complications just with weather. So every day is kind of something new and exciting. That's why I like my job, because I'm always there's nothing the same about every day. So it's updating schedules, it's adding different events, updating where travel changes, travel challenges come ahead. So every day is a little bit different, but it just involves working with a lot of different people. And I'm fortunate that we have a great staff all together. I work very closely with Charlotte. James is on our staff as well, who does our video. But I work with Lee, our nutritionist, and who is our, so with our sports medicine department. So we kind of all have to work together, and Kyle with our strength and conditioning, all work together kind of behind the scenes to make everything happen.
That is amazing, Angie. You're amazing. Everything you do for us is amazing. Everybody, this is Angie, Director of Basketball Operations for our team. Stay tuned for part 2. We're gonna bring Charlotte, our program manager and MC, on next. All right, guys, part 2 now with Support Staff Day. I have Charlotte here. She is our program manager and has also recently started doing MC for our games. She is amazing at both jobs, and I'm excited for you guys to know a little bit more about her. So Charlotte, how long have you been a part of the program?
I've been here 11 years. I'm in my 11th year with women's basketball. And Notre Dame, actually, yeah.
And take me through what those 11 years have looked like.
Well, I was originally hired by Coach McGraw to be our administrative assistant. And within that first year, I had a conversation with her because I felt like I wasn't being challenged enough. So then I was moved into special events coordinator. From there, I've become the program manager. And I love it. Wouldn't change it.
That's amazing. So what does the day in a life look like for you being a program manager and an MC now? MC at night.
The MC part, I absolutely love that. I love bringing just a different vibe to our games and getting our fans engaged, and just for you guys to feel that energy, you know? So I love that. I will do that any day, eyes closed, whatever. My day, though, is so different. Each day is different. So it can be something from, you know, a student athlete needs to get somewhere, assisting them with that, assisting coaches, planning stuff, a little piece of the recruiting and getting transcripts and things that they need, making reservations and parties. Like, it's all over the board. Like, it doesn't, to be honest, it's not the same every day. But
Constantly
I love it.
going. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's amazing. So what would you say, for being here for as long as you have, is your favorite memory that you have?
This is interesting. So for me, during our biggest games, I don't sit and watch the game, especially away. So what I do, so sorry, but what I do is go in the concourse or in like the stairwell, and I just like walk and I'm praying and I'm talking to people like, pray with me. And so in our championship game in Ohio, I had no idea we won. Like, I came out because I'm seeing people leave, and I run in to the arena, and I'm like walking past Mississippi State fans. So I'm trying to see the scoreboard, and I look and I'm like, oh yeah, we won. So I try to run down to the court, and I'm like seeing people hug Marina. So I'm like, oh, Marina, good shot. Oh, I'm thinking Marina like hit the shot because I'm seeing people engaging with her. So I wait on the side to talk to Enrique. Someone's interviewing her. I'm like, oh, Enrique. She starts dancing, and I'm dancing with her. And next thing you know, like, I feel my phone like going off. Like I had like 100 text messages, and didn't realize like we were like on ESPN dancing together, and had no idea she had the shot. So I'm looking at my phone, was like, oh shoot, that was Enrique. So I'll go to Enrique, it was like, good shot. That's like something that sticks out to me because I never really watch those games because I just want to pray, you know, that we win. Haven't been really good at that though. We got one championship, but yeah, that's the one memory that sticks with me.
Well, I'm sure your prayers will be answered, Charla. No fear, no fear. The other thing about Charla that a lot of people don't know is she's really good at the Cricut machine.
Yes.
She helped me make a few custom-made shirts, and I've absolutely loved them. So, Charla, let's talk a little bit about your hobbies outside of what you do here at Notre Dame.
Okay. So the Cricut is one. That's one thing. But I'm a lover of music. So I love to sing and dance. Like, dancing is my thing, you know, and singing. I grew up in church and all of that, and so I've always been a part of music. So those are, outside of Cricut, that's my hobby, singing and dancing. Absolutely love it.
I love that, Charla. Well, thank you so much for being a part of Full Court Press. That is part 2 of Support Staff Day, y'all. Thank you for joining Full Court Press, and we will see you next time. Go Irish!
Welcome back to the Niele Ivey Show, brought to you by TireRack.com as we move on to looking at the schedule ahead. But the first game we've got is our Ping Zone game. We just talked about Ann Marquez, what a remarkable lady she is and how hard she works. And there's a lot of dedication going on involving Ann because she's very knowledgeable about what this whole thing is about.
Yeah, I mean, like you talked about earlier, Ann is just a phenomenal woman, breast cancer survivor. This game is a dedication to KYAL, and also all the breast cancer survivors. Is always an emotional game and a game where we feel like we're playing for more than just basketball.
And so many people on campus want to be involved in this. Their football team's going to be there. That'll be a lot of fun. And got gifts to give out to all the fans who will be there. And, just the Ping Zone games become so special, especially when they have the survivors walk around the floor and you just look and you think about the courage that they've shown in their lifetime.
Absolutely. I mean, it gives a lot of appreciation for the little things. And it's our way of giving back. It's our way of showing support. It's always a special game to be a part of. new uniforms, wearing pink. It's a special moment, and we're always we feel really blessed to be a part of it.
Well, there's been such support for our uniform manufacturers, our shoes, everything. It's phenomenal. When you look at games like that in the schedule, those are always special moments. We're going to be playing Miami, a team that traditionally has been really tough. We've had some really tough battles with them down there. They are struggling a bit this year, but I know there's a lot of respect for Miami and their staff.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Kate Meyer. She's an amazing coach. And again, ACC, any given day, anything can happen, so you have to be prepared. They're super athletic and well coached. They are coming off of a tough loss, so we have to be prepared that they're going to want to fight back.
Got a couple of battles coming up with Louisville. We have to go down to Atlanta and play Georgia Tech, a very good team. We have Clemson at home. When you look at the schedule ahead, a lot of opportunities, and especially when you consider that all the goals we had at the beginning of the season, we wanted to compete for the conference championship. We're still competing. We're going to compete for national honors and maybe a chance to even host the first year round. That's a possibility. So many things are still on the table. With a good finish, that's going to be a chance for all that to come to fruition.
Absolutely, and this is a huge month for us. We have many opportunities, but definitely two on the road with at Louisville, at Georgia Tech, two of the best teams in the ACC. Having that opportunity, we just want to take advantage of it, play our game, and see what happens. But there are a lot of things that are on the table. There's a lot of motivation for us. We definitely want to come out in the rest of the month in February and play hard and just see where we're going to end before ACC tournament.
Well, we mentioned earlier about Olivia Miles and all the things she's doing. She's still up for Conference Player of the Year, if not some national recognition. And then she's got a chance to be the top assist person in the country. And just so many things that you look at, not individually during the season, but all those things can come around after the season. So it's just amazing how well the team is doing, how well they're representing the university. And you've got to be feeling, as you said, you're very proud of what's going on.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's so many individual accomplishments, individual performances that also help the team grow as a unit. And we're also proud of everyone. We don't have one person on the team that is jealous. It's all just so much great chemistry. We're all so happy for each other, so happy for what everybody has done individually, and it's just a credit to this unit. We're really growing. The progression of this team is just phenomenal, and it's always what I've wanted.
Well, 3 of our last 5 games are at home, so I think our fans will show up and be a big factor in that regard. And I don't think there's any trouble getting up for the opponents that we're going to be playing. So it looks like a chance for a great finish. And really, Notre Dame women's basketball is back. I know the weather's been a bit of a problem from time to time, but our fans are coming back, and they love this team. They love the program. So it's good to see that happening.
Yeah, I mean. Versus NC State, the energy of that crowd, it was just so electric. Like you said, it feels like Notre Dame women's basketball is back. I'm always welcoming new fans, new supporters, and I'm always appreciative of all of our loyal fans. And it's just, I mean, these women, they play so hard, and I just want everyone out there to come out to continue to support us. And I just want to thank everyone for all of their support, because it means a lot. It honestly, we feed off of the energy of the crowd. So happy that we have 3 games at home, have a really tough schedule, but exciting to see where we're going to finish.
Well, you should know, you played in front of these fans. You were an assistant coach in front of these fans, and now you're the head coach doing a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Niele Ivey, it's just an honor to be with you on your show, and we appreciate the opportunity to talk, because we're going to be back in a couple of weeks with our next show. And we've got so many special features in the show this week that we hope everybody enjoys them. And thanks for being with us on this edition of the Niele Ivey Show, brought to you by TireRack.com. Be well.